Guys, and today it's time to talk about our retained list for the 2022-23 Championship season. So let's get started. What was released yesterday? Sunderland FC today can confirm its retained list for the 2022-23 season. Following promotion to the Sky Bet Championship, Bailey Wright, Lyndon Gooch and Pat Roberts have been offered new contracts at the Stadium of Light. Winner Aidan McGeady will depart after 5 years, while Arvin Jamazley, Jordan Willis and Leigh Burrs will leave also when their respective contracts expire on June 30th. Callum Doyle, Jack Clark, Nathan Broadhead and Ron Fogman have returned to their parent club. Everyone at Sunderland FC would like to thank the players for their professionalism and commitment and during the time at the club and wish them well. So I'm going to run through the contract. The players' contractors are, you'll obviously not recognise some of these names, are Adam Richardson, Alex Pritchard, Anthony Patterson, Cameron Joseph, Carl Winchester, Corey Evans, Dan Neil, Danny Bath, Dennis Serkin, Elliot Emblem, Ellis Taylor, Ethan Kassinger, Harrison Sona, Jack Dyan, Jacob Carney, Jim Mateti, Leon Diaco, Luke O'Neill, Nathan Newell, Niall Huggins, Ross Stewart, Thomas Scott and Try Hume. Contracts to be offered. The players are in discussions with the following players with regarding to extending their signed new contracts: Bailey Wright, Lyndon Gooch and Pat Robert. And then out of contract and release: Aidan McGeady, Arvin Jamali, Clinton Dunn, Jack McIntyre, Jordan Wills, Kevin Richardson, Leigh Burrs, Nicky Gianbull or something, Pat Roberts, Sam Wilden, Stephen Warren, Tyrese Dice, Uga Emma, Vinny Sales, Will Grigg will have it. Loan players returning. The following players will return to the fan club following the expiration of their loan deal: Callum Doyle, Jack Clark, Nathan Broadhead and Ron Fogman, and then youth players to be offered, and I'm not really going to go into that. So what is my thoughts? The three players I would offer. So first of all, I'm going to go into the contract of players in a separate video where what I think we need to pretty much have the best possible chance of stealing the champion that'll come in the next few days. But I'll talk about the players in who's out of contract and being let go, on the players who are about the players who have been off contract. So I'll start with the players who have been like Lyndon Gooch and Pat Roberts. I did want all three to stay, and I'm happy that all three being offered no contracts. Bailey Wright was absolutely outstanding under Alex Neil, and he'd also got the best out of Lyndon Gooch, and Pat Roberts got better and better as the got on. I'll talk about them individually. Bailey Wright has been really good under Alex Neil, and I think has played every minute of every game under Alex Neil, and I think he's a player who can make a step up to the championship. Lyndon Gooch is someone who might not start every week, but I think he deserves his chance, and as well, if he's not going to play every week, you're going to want someone who at least cares and stuff, and someone who'll be good around the dressing room if he doesn't play, and he can also play pretty much everywhere but centre half. What is important for versatility and depth, really. So yeah, and Pat Roberts got better and better as the time went on, and I think that he could be a real threat in the championship. So I think, long story short, I think all three could make a step up to the championship. Yeah, then the out of contract players, I'm only going to talk about the senior players, mind you. Aidan McGeady, he's been a really good servant to the club and has scored some vital goals at times and some good goals, but I think it was the right time to let him go. He always said that he wouldn't leave the club until we got promoted. He got promoted, but I think asking him after being out for about 6 months to make a step up to the championship is a bit too much to ask him. I wish him all the best. He's been a great player for us, and I hope that he deserves to end his career playing rather than sitting on the bench and probably struggling to make an impact at championship level. So yeah, I'm going to talk about Arvin Jamali and Jordan Wills at the same time, as both have been very unlucky with with injuries at the time at Sunderland. But as well, I think Aidan McGeady is the right thing to do. Let both of them go as they don't as they haven't stayed fit, and I think that both of them struggling for fitness. I do think both had potential. Jordan Wills was fantastic in his first season here, and Jamasi, when he's played, he's been okay, but I do think that both of them was the right decision for both of them to move on, and I hope that both find themselves in a new club soon when get back to playing regularly. So yeah, and on to Leigh Burrs. I didn't mind Leigh Burrs as a goalkeeper. I don't think he was a bad goalkeeper by any stretch of the imagination, but again, I do think it was the right thing to do. letting him go as I wouldn't bring Hoffman back to start. As we've got Anthony Patterson, who for me, I'll see now, I would have him as our first choice goalkeeper. I'm pretty much need what Labour's was in League One. An experienced, instead of League One, Championship goalkeeper who you can trust to do the job if Anthony Patterson lost form, got injured, got suspended, or not playing for whatever reason. So yeah, and Burrs has got no experience in the Championship or anything like that. You could have kept him a third choice, yeah, but I think it's better for like his career if he moved on and play, as I do think for most League One clubs it would be their first choice goalkeeper. So I wish him all the best as well. Will Grigg, thank God. Hallelujah. Goodbye, Will. I don't even wish you good luck. So yeah. Then on to the loan players. First of all, before I go on to the loan players, Leon Diak is now permanent because there was a clause in his contract where if we went up, he joined permanent, and that's what has happened. So I'm not going to get into him. I personally wouldn't have gotten permanent, but I'll tell you what I would do with him when I go through the players, like what hasn't been aged. So yeah, then on to the loans. Callum Doyle, Jack Clark, Nathan Broadhead and Fabian Hoffman. Hoffman I wouldn't bring back. I thought he was absolutely awful, to be honest. And I think, even though it went up at the end, so it doesn't really matter. Even though I think if Anthony Patterson was in goal the whole season, would have won the league. That's how good that Patterson is, but it doesn't matter. Broadhead, there's been talks that we've open talk for everything over permanent deal, what I think is vital, and I would obviously take him. The only negative to him is obviously his injuries, where he might play 8 games in a row and then gets injured. What I can understand why people would, but I think if you can get 30 games out of him, like, you've done well, and I would take him back. So yeah, Jack Clark was also interested in, and to be fair, I wouldn't mind either. I personally wouldn't be against it. It wouldn't be my first choice, but if he was a target, but if he did come back, I wouldn't complain either. So yeah, and Callum Doyle, I don't think we'll say back either. So yeah. So pretty much, I'm happy with the 3 players that's being offered new contracts, and then pretty much the 5 senior players who's been released. It's like, I agree with them. The young players, I do know, I've heard some of their names like Tyrese Dice, Stephen Warren, Will Harris. I know Pat Garment been released, but of course debate why not keep them. But they've struggled to make our League One squad. Some of them are in their early 20s. If they can't make our League One squad, they're going to struggle to make our Championship squad. So that's how I'm going to say on that. So leave your thoughts in the comments. Are you happy about the players who's being offered their contract? Is there any you would have kept? I imagine some people might have said they were KB and McGady. So yeah, so that's the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and see ya.